Terrific win for us. Obviously any win in the ACC and especially on the road is a terrific win. But you know, NC State, they're the staple of this program. I mean, this conference. Won so many championships, and we watched them and admired their success. Early in their careers, motivation, and just to be able to get a win here in itself is very tough. So tremendous performances all throughout. I thought these two were terrific. Georgia almost had a triple-double. Really just controlled the tempo of the basketball game. Elizabeth was great. A ho-hum 25 and 13, which we've grown accustomed to. But we had really good performances from Matilda Eck and Kayla King. Shot the ball well. Gave us second and third options, after on the pick and roll. And then I thought Clara Strack was really good, on the board. So really good performance for us. We're very happy. We'll take it, and we look forward to continuing.
All right, raise your hands. I'll try to get everybody.
For the players, last year you had that long winning streak. Now you've won 6 in a row. Are you starting to feel any similar vibe in terms of how the team is playing, the level of play, or how you're meshing as a team?
I think, last year was last year, and this is a new team, new flow. But it's getting towards February, early March, so I think this is the perfect time to hit that peak and continue on it. I don't think we go in and say, this is where we were at last year, let's do this. I couldn't even tell you what we were ranked last year or how many, whatever. It's just taking it one game at a time has really been our motto, want to know. And I think changing our mindset to that has very much helped us get on this little, confidence streak, I guess.
Stay on the right with Will.
Coach, holding them to 32% shooting in the second half and also 4 assists for the entire game. What do you like about your defense, especially in that second half?
You want to say our defense again? Like about our defense? Yeah.
So bad.
Our defense has come under fire quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, I just spoke with Muffet, and I was able to talk to her about it. But there's a lot of different ways of playing defense. And a lot of the conventional ways, people think that you go out and you trap and you cause havoc. We do a really good job of guarding the paint, and that's the way we're built. We understand that. With the exception of Georgia, everyone on the team is 6 foot and taller. So we play to our strengths. And I thought the kids did a phenomenal job of understanding the assignment, getting out there and playing, contesting. We went to the zone, I think, pretty much in the second quarter, and slowed them down a little bit and continued on in the second half. And thought we did a really good job. It just really slowed them down. So our defense is getting better, and we know what we do and what we want to do, and they're performing very well.
Left side of the room, David.
Kenny, you guys have had double-digit offensive rebounds in your last 5 games. What has allowed you guys to rebound so effectively on that end, and how important are those second chance points? And Liz and Clara both had 5 each.
I think you mentioned Clara. I think Clara and Olivia, both of them understand their roles and their value to us, and they get us second and third chance opportunities. I thought one of the bigger plays, and it was so early in the game, was in the first half when we had 3 shots at 3-pointers, and we were getting offensive rebounds. So anytime we can do that, and you add that kind of rebounding prowess along with Liz and what she's able to do, we're big. Clara gets in, and she's 6'5", and what she may lack in athleticism sideways, she's long and she's athletic, and that way, and she's offering us a tremendous bonus being able to rebound the basketball.
In the middle of the room, second row.
Hey, Coach. This is now 4 straight wins for y'all against NC State. You mentioned about being one of the staples of the program, the Wolfpack. What does it say about your program the last couple of years to be able to have that kind of success?
We were patient. We were in the locker room, and I saw Kai Crutchfield, and I gave her a big hug. And she talked about how good we played, and I was like, we watched them. And I think they actually even went to the ACC tournament and watched them, celebrate. And that just, that's fuel, because if you can do what they're doing and the way that they're doing it. Wes does a tremendous job. He does it the right way. I think our rivalry is so good. It's a healthy rivalry. We have so much respect for them. They have so much respect for us, and we're just fortunate enough to be able to do it, because this is a hard place to win. And the crowd it's a really big gym, and but their crowd is one of the best crowds in the country, because they're so knowledgeable. And they're not here for promotion. They're here because they know basketball, And the stuff that they yell at me, I'm like, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty right, you know. But they're very respectful in doing so. And when they came back to us last January, we played in front of 9,000. It was a sellout. We've been able to build it, you know. But you know, Wes has done a tremendous job here, and this is great for not only the ACC but for women's basketball in general.
Up front on the left.
Liz, since Kane was just talking about the crowd you guys played against, I mean, a lot of teams have really struggled in here. Connecticut had its troubles in here. But you guys looked very composed. You played with a lead. You built a double-digit lead. You didn't really let it go. You held it tenaciously. How much of that is sort of how this group was wired, and then how much of that maybe goes back to, you know, you've got players that played in huge games last year. There's a lot of experience on this group.
Yeah, I think besides the couple shot clock violations that we had, we handled it really well. Honestly, I think, you know, we did have a lot of big games last year, but I think playing at home with this group this year has prepared us, because there's been, you know, so many times playing at home where our crowd has been so loud, we have no idea what anyone is saying, but we've had to, you know, come together anyways. So I think we're getting more used to not hearing things, but that's honestly really, really cool that we have the opportunity to play in front of environments like that. But also just the growth of this team has been amazing.
On the right, Carter.
Coach, I know you guys have done a good job at this all year, but it seemed like tonight you guys won a lot of the 50-50 balls. How key was that this evening?
It was very big. And anytime you're playing against a number 3 ranked team in the country on the road, you have to win those battles. And we were quick to the basketball. We understood it. They came out, you know, the first quarter, you know, both teams were just really hot and playing well. Isaiah James really had it going. And then, you know, we settled in, and the kids understand their roles and what we need from each and every one of them. And that we knew that was going to happen. I think very early, you know, there were some unfair expectations put on us because these kids are battle tested. They went to the Final Four, but we still had to incorporate 9 new players, and 5 of those were freshmen. And so these kids have done a really good job, Liz, Georgia, Kayla, sharing their experiences, but they become more of vocal leaders. And now we're talking about what we need to do, and I thought getting those 50-50 balls are very key for us, and rebounding the way we did was very key.
On the right, we go to Gio, then Anthony.
Coach, when you tie it all together, the rebounding, the offensive effort, especially on the defensive side, do you feel that this was your most complete game up to this point?
The Muppet said it was, so I guess it is. You know what? You know, we're always constantly trying to get better. So we're going to be critical of ourselves, and we know we can do certain things. But, you know, throughout the game, from start to finish, I thought they had an attitude, you know, that was really good. NC State took away some of the things that we really like to do. We kept our composure, and we found the second line, second opportunity, or the third opportunity, and that's growth. That's growth, and we can continue to do that. You know, I think we're going to be hard to guard, because when you put these two in a pick and roll situation, I like to say that they're like Stockton and Malone, but they don't know who that is. And so, but we put them in those situations, and they're very hard to beat, because there's so much familiarity. NC State knows what we're going to do. We know what they're going to do, and now then it becomes, okay, let's go play ball.
Anthony.
Georgia, Coach mentioned that you were close to a triple-double tonight. There were some pretty incredible passes thrown over the course of the game. Can you describe how you've grown as a point guard this season? And then, Coach, if you would also give your thoughts on that as well.
I mean, for sure, just surrounding myself with great players. Like, obviously, we have incredible shooters, and Matilda came through and hit some clutch threes today. But I think even, you know, the pick and roll just opens up so much for us, you know, because you have the threat of Liz, you have me now, I'm pulling mid-ranges. I think that's something that I've added to my game this year compared to last year. But we honestly go through situations, like me and him in individuals, and it might be half speed, but like I'm seeing things. We had like 3 coaches on the floor in my individual, and I was just like making scenarios with my passes, so that's definitely opened it up for sure. But definitely also just playing with a better pace. Like I'm just a bit more relaxed than I was earlier on.
Both of them have been phenomenal. They both got frustrated after the Final Four. They were like so eager to try to get out there and continue to improve. But I told them at this stage, you're not going to make leaps and bounds. You guys are so good. It's going to be incrementally better. You know, so you got to enjoy the little things. And we started working them out together and putting them in the pick and roll situations. They talk about it. They always spend about 15 or 20 minutes a day during practice going over scenarios and what's going to happen, how to get the basketball, where do you like it. They have a full-fledged conversation. And the crazy thing is that they can continue to get better. You know, I think both of them will tell you that they probably left a few on the board that they'd like to have back. That they, you know, if they get to the point where they get hot, it's going to be a really dangerous situation. But, you know, nothing's too big for them. I can throw so many different things at them to challenge them, and they accept the challenge. And they're very comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when I put them in certain situations, whether they can master it right away or not, they're going to continue to get better.
All right, time for 3 more. Dave?
Georgia, this is the 4th straight game you guys have held your opponent below.
Defense.
37%. What did you like so much about the way you guys were connected when you played zone tonight?
Yeah, we just place emphasis that, you know, we'll admit it, we're not the best one-on-one defenders, but, you know, we're going to help each other out and push people to spots. And, you know, when you have people like Liz and Clara on the court, you know, you're going to have a tough contested shot, so it's about using our strengths to our advantages for sure, and we'll figure that out. And, you know, it might not be flashy, and we might not be getting steals or, you know, flustering people like that, but I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Liz, you mentioned the growth of this team. To follow up on that, I guess, what are you seeing to kind of, in terms of the growth of this team, to explain the winning streak you're on right now?
I think people have come into their roles and realized their roles really nicely. Obviously, when you have, you know, the transfer portal and so many new pieces, it's going to take a little while to really mesh, and for people to realize, you know, what we need them to bring to the table. But I think Matilda has been doing an excellent job of that. Olivia has been doing an excellent job of that. Clara has been doing an excellent job of that. They're bringing things that they weren't necessarily bringing in November, but you know, that just shows their willingness to learn and to stick with it. And it's not, you know, a coincidence. They've been working really hard in practice and trying to get better, trying to figure out what they can do to help us win. And you know, it's coming to fruition, which is really awesome for us.
Last one on the right.
Yeah, Coach, Clara Strack played some big minutes in this game, especially at key points. What do you see from her that makes her game so effective, especially on the offensive glass? You, Kitley, and her, each with 5 offensive rebounds. What are you seeing from her for the future of Hokie basketball?
Clara's good. Clara's really good. Her only issue is that she plays behind an All-American, so there's not a whole lot of time to get there to be the focal point. But she's found her way to be able to play alongside Liz. Liz loves playing with her. You know, they have a really good connection, and Clara's been able to adapt to play against, you know, quicker players. But when she doesn't practice, and Clara is the focal point, she gets buckets. She really does. She really does, and she's going to be really, really good. And we're excited about her development, her growth. And you know, obviously, it's going to be hard to compare her to Liz. They're a little bit different. But you know, she offers something for us that, you know, I told her, you know, because when we first got her, the thought was to redshirt her because, you know, Liz was going to get the bulk of the minutes. But when she got here, we were like, she's too valuable, she's too good, and we see something, and we said she's going to be good for us this year. And it took a little bit for her to learn, but she's learning, and I think she's going to continue to get better. I mean, she stepped out today and hit a little 15-footer. You know, she can hit the 3. She has good post moves down low. She's a really good passer, and she's the thing that keeps her on the floor right now, other than her rebounding prowess. She's really, really smart. She can play the 4 or the 5. She can master. She knows coverages, what we're supposed to do, and that's very valuable when you're playing on a team that really relies on that.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.